Hello and welcome everyone. So today I wanted to compare some interesting statistics, at least in my opinion, about Path of Exile 2 and Path of Exile 1 and how do these two games are keeping up with each other. How was Legacy of Phrecia update event, how it was in terms of popularity, rise for Path of Exile 1, and how Path of Exile 2 is currently going. So basically, if you are completely unfamiliar with situation, I'm gonna run through it in a little bit. So Path of Exile 2 launched at the start of December, and it hit a very high number of players playing on Steam. Of course, with Path of Exile 2, there's going to be a way more people playing on Steam rather than on standalone client, because there's a lot of new people, a lot of new players, and they will probably prefer Steam for quite a lot. But with Path of Exile 1, we still, even with pretty big part of population playing on standalone client, we still had pretty big numbers in like 229,000 people whenever Settlers of Calgar were launching, and something close to 200,000 online was in previous leagues as well. But what do we know about the population situation currently? So we know that the patch 0.2.0 is going to be released in a month roughly from February 20th, from one of the news that were posted by Grinding Gear Games. And now we do have this rough idea about the population of Legacy of Phrecia event. So it is we do have our mid of the week population, and to be honest, at least compared to my expectations, I think that the league is pretty successful in terms of holding the player base. So at the start of not league, like event, at the start of event, we see here that on 20th of February it was 92,000 almost concurrent players at the launch, and then like 77, 75, pretty stable online, which started to decline yesterday and today up to 60,000 people. And with Path of Exile 2, especially this last week, whenever the Legacy of Phrecia event was starting, we do see here somewhat of a rocky tendency, but just in general, Path of Exile 2 still has 70,000 people online, even today, even in its worst day of all, I guess. Because even on launch day of Legacy of Phrecia, it had closer to 90k online. What do we know about what it says to us? Basically, Path of Exile 2 is going to have pretty big and stable population, even whenever things are started with Path of Exile 1, because the game certainly got a hold of players who started the whole genre, or maybe Path of Exile series from the second part, and they are not all the people who were playing the game were interested enough, even with the free skin for completion of Legacy of Phrecia event, whenever you're getting the whole skin bundle at level 80. Not even with that reward, people who started playing Path of Exile 2 were compelled enough to go to Path of Exile 1. And in terms of the player base who has played Path of Exile 1 religiously and they are fans of the game, it's not bad to have almost like 100k online in terms of yet again, the thing is always in comparison. It was just an event. It was pretty successful, but nothing close, even like close to league launches. So what I do think here shows that whenever the new PoE1 leagues are gonna be happening, I am sure 100% people are gonna go and play it at a similar rate to what was before. So whenever the new league that they are cooking currently is launching, I think you can safely wait for you can safely assume that there will be 150 to 200k online people on the start of the league. I don't think that Path of Exile 2 did anything bad to Path of Exile 1, and I do think that there is, even whenever the PoE 1 leagues are gonna be happening, Path of Exile 2 is still gonna have its healthy population, maybe a bit lower than currently, because 70k, it's still a lot of new players who are just in general exploring the game for the first time. Whenever new leagues are gonna be coming, there will be way less new people, new players who are coming to the game, which means that this threshold will be lower and lower and lower. But just in general, whenever the 0.2.0 patch hits the ground, I do think that PoE 2 will have maybe not 570 or whatever thousand it had on the launch, but it will have at least half and probably higher than half of the online people coming back. And I do think that it is a healthy situation that we currently have with Path of Exile franchise in general. We do see that the launch of the new game did not stop the launch of the second game did not stop the life of Path of Exile 1. We do see a lot of differences between the two games, and a lot of people were not maybe a lot of people, but pretty good chunk of people were not quite as fine with how things were in Path of Exile 2. So yeah, I guess they will have their own place to stay. This is currently what we do have. Let's look at the last week. It is the best type of comparison that you can make here. So the launch of the event of Legacy of Phrecia did not impact Path of Exile 2 by much, because I assure you that most of PoE 1 players who were playing Path of Exile 2 just in general, up to this point of Path of Exile 2, they probably already left, and they probably already done everything that PoE 2 can offer to them, and that's why we don't see that big of a change in online here, because most of the people who are interested in PoE 1 are already not probably playing the second game. So yeah, that's a bit of a statistics here. Thanks for watching. Hope you're having a good time. Bye.